Coach, was it like a pinch hit for Coach Blake today?
That's a tough job, I'll tell you that. He's been doing this a lot longer than I have, and he's got a lot of friends out there. But I'm excited to be here. It was an honor for him to ask me to come, and Dr. John Hartwell asked me to come, so I'm excited about it.
You got to question that quarterback, of course, coming in this year, but you got a lot of running backs back last year and a veteran offensive line. Is there going to be a little bit of change in the play calling given that, or do you think it'll be more like you were last week?
Well, every play we call, we try to score now. You know that. But we really don't know. We'll just kind of see how it goes during fall camp. We worked hard on the running game this spring, letting those quarterbacks compete a little bit, and we'll just kind of see how it plays out. And, we'll adjust and try to get the best players the ball as many times as we can like we have in the past.
Coach, having a quarterback kind of unproven and then one who's a good JUCO player, is there some edge you could see giving one the edge over the other to be starter?
Right now I really don't, because when we got done with spring, it was such a close race that we've given all four of them. We're going to give all four of them equal reps for first week of camp, and we're hoping that someone will step out and kind of take the ball by themselves, and hopefully that'll take care of itself.
Will there be a change in the pace, or y'all still trying to go fast?
No, that's what we do now. We're going to try to play fast. You've heard a lot of people talk about it. We might not sub as much as we have in the past with the rules, but we're going to try to play as fast as we can and try to get as many snaps as we can. The more snaps you get, the more opportunities you do to score points, and that's our job, to score a lot of points.
Coach, I know it wasn't your vote necessarily, but with all the coaches voting Lafayette #1, just what stands out about them to you guys, and how do you game plan for a team with that much experience coming back?
Well, first of all, they've been really good the last couple of years, and when you got that much experience, you got to give them the right. But, preseason is preseason. You got to pick somebody first, but at the end of the year is when it really counts. So, for us being picked where we were, it's kind of a good shot for us, because now we got a lot to look forward to and a lot to prove.
With the way that game went last year, you pass away pretty much. Does it give you confidence, though, knowing that you came that close at their place and now you have them at home this year?
Well, we've been close the last 2 years on a lot of games, and that's what we've talked about mostly this offseason during the spring is we got to find a way to win all the close games. If you win all the close games in your league, you're going to do pretty well.
You got a lot of wide receivers back, but you also got a good, strong signing class of wide receivers. Any one in particular you think may jump in there and get in the fray a little bit?
Well, one of the things is we really can't watch them do anything in the summer, but the kids do compete and they work out, and a lot of the guys are talking about Teddy Rubin being a really good player, so we're excited about watching him. I think the other freshmen are all good players. Whether they can crack the lineup or not, we'll see. We'll have a little bit of time to find out, though.
A lot of people describe the Sun Belt as having to be really unique with their schemes and trying to create some sort of way of catching people off guard, because you might not have the big stout corn-fed offensive lineman like the SEC. And so as an offensive coordinator, how much, whenever you're game planning, do try to throw in some unique things and to keep everybody that you play on their toes?
Well, we always try to come into the game with a few wrinkles, and we work on some wrinkles during fall camp, and then as the season goes on, those wrinkles become pretty big, because you've got, you're working on 12 different teams, so you've got a big toolbox to pull from. And we've always liked to do some different things, but our main thing is we run a few plays and we try to do it really fast and really good.
You get a shot at all four newcomers this year. Is there anyone in particular that you look at their defensive line? That's going to be a challenge.
Well, I think traditionally they Georgia Southern and App State have been really good traditionally, so you always worry about them. Don't know a lot about Idaho or New Mexico State, never have played them. That's also a good thing, because they've never played us. So, both teams, and by the time you play them, you've seen enough film, you've got enough game plan, we'll have a little better feel by the time we have to play those guys.
Coach, with how many, especially you guys know, losing Corey, just how many good quarterbacks left this year? What is the state of the Sun Belt quarterback in command?
Well, I think the next guy up. You heard that statement a lot, but before Corey played, we had lost Levi Brown. So everybody loses a quarterback. I think there'll be a lot of guys step up. I think that's the really beautiful part about this year, is that there's only one really standout guy coming back at quarterback, and so there's a lot of competition. And we're excited about our competition. I think our players are excited about it, to see who that guy's going to be.
Do you see any sort of change in the pace of play, or just the amount of points scored because of that, or do you think it's just a matter of those guys getting more the previous work?
I just think it's the way the game has changed. It's hard to line up and mash people nowadays. You got to get out in space and let athletes make plays, and it's hard to tackle guys in space. That's why we like to do it. It gives a little guy a chance to make some plays.
Coach, how about Arkansas State and the past few seasons, the success they've had, and kind of what you're expecting from them this season with all the different coaching changes and everything?
Well, the most important part is we don't play them this year, unfortunately. We've lost to them the last couple of years, so we kind of wanted to play them. They've got really good players. They've had a lot of guys graduate the last couple of years, but I'm sure they'll have a really good team. But unfortunately, we do not play them this year on the Sun Belt.